Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 and good evening. Welcome to another episode of our show. We are live right now, E2E, expert to experts. And today is going to be amazing. I have an amazing guest, okay? Not only she is a celebrity, okay, but she has decided to make her life a meaningful life. This person is a person who has a driven, powerful mission. So stay tuned and do me a favor. Grab your seats and do me a favor. Click on the link share and share this video, share this live, share this interview with your friends, share this interview if you've got any teenager, any person at university, share it, share it, share it. And right now, let's start quickly. Write down which part of the world you are watching me right now. Click down on the link in the comments and tell me which part of the country, which part of the world are you right now watching us live right now. And do me a favor, write down hashtag if you're watching, hashtag live if you're watching us live, or hashtag recording if you're watching the recording, okay? For my friends who normally have translation, I'm sorry, but this is gonna be completely only in English, okay? So make sure you grab your seat, make sure you are ready to welcome this amazing guest. So the person I'm going to introduce you is somebody who has had an incredible career. She's very young, and at the same time, she has had an incredible career of over 20 years, okay? And while I was talking with her, she has an incredible story to share with you guys. And while I was talking with her, we found out that we're going to talk about this topic because I'm so passionate about it and I like what we're going to talk about. Okay, so let me ask a question. How many of you fell in the trap of, oh, I don't have enough followers on Facebook? I don't have enough followers on Instagram. Oh, look at this, another social media. Now I need to start back again. Okay. So personally, I also fell in that trap. I was in this rat race of always trying to get more people, get more people, get more people. How can I get more people? How can I get more people? Now, today, Luissa is going to share with you that life is not only that. And she's going to share with us the story of how she shifted and how she turned around. And now she's living a true, meaningful life. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to have the honor of having Miss Europe 2018. Okay? So I'm not talking of an ordinary title. Miss Europe 2018. This is somebody who received the crown. Okay? And now she has made sure that her beauty can be used for a purpose, okay? So for those of you who may be thinking, hey, my life is like this, what can I do out of it? Get ready because Luissa is going to inspire you and is gonna provide for you so much amazing value. So stay tuned, click on the link, share it, and spread to as many people as you want, okay? So normally what we do in E2E, we bring you every single Monday an expert in different areas. The expert today is gonna show you and teach you what is the difference between an influencer and being a role model, okay? So we've got Lily. Hello, Lily from Bulgaria. She's there, she's saying she's live. Then we've got also the seller, probably, yep. And she's saying hello from Plovdiv, and she's also live, okay? And then we've got Shezana, who is sending us kisses and hearts. That's amazing, amazing. Thank you for all of you for being here, okay? So drop down, for those of you who have just joined now, write down where you are from and if you're watching us live, and get ready. So ladies and gentlemen, let me listen the drum bass. Oh, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we have the honor of having today with us at E2E, nobody else but Luissa Burton, Miss Europe 2018. Where you go? There you go, Luissa. You're very welcome. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Glad to see you. Glad that you're here with us. And this is going to be an amazing interview. And first of all, thank you for joining us right now.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, that's really amazing. So, Luissa, we've got short time, so I want to maximize this. And let's start from a quick question. You have been Miss Europe 2018. What is it to be a Miss Europe?
Well, I have several different titles, and having come through the modeling industry and then, winning Miss Europe, Miss Earth England, I decided to give myself a lifelong title, and that is the official Green Queen. So the reason for that is, as I went through this industry, and I will talk a little bit more about the skin conditions that we'll talk about, I came to learn that it wasn't so much about me, but it's about we. And the crown for me is just an ornament. It doesn't represent, for me, the crown chakra, which is where the crown sits, is the service to humanity. So I kind of have this double meaning of the crown now, and it's all about service. And I've dedicated, my role now to service of other people, and how can I help with the gifts, skills, and talents that I have, the things that I've learned, the adventures that I've been on, and the things that I'm currently studying to reach a wider audience and to uplift and inspire humanity into a higher state of consciousness.
That's really amazing. That's really amazing. And looking at your career, you started at the age of 10. Is that true?
Yes, yeah. I won a Ralph Lauren modeling competition at 10 years old in London. And then at 14, that's when I kind of properly went into modeling. I was scouted.
All right. And starting at such an early age of modeling at 10 years old, okay, you obviously had the support of the parents and your family, correct?
Well, yes and no. So I did, but I was very set on getting an education first. I had girls around me who, they were kind of encouraged to quit school and to go into modeling. But I was very set on, I wanted to get my GCSEs, A-levels and university career done, and then focus on the modeling.
Okay. And did you manage to do all that?
Yes. So I did business management at Nottingham University. And then I have now gone on to do further education myself, just for things that I'm attracted to in terms of especially environmental awareness. So I just did a certificate with the University of Cambridge in sustainability.
All right. This is so inspiring for our audience right now. And during these 20 years of career that you had as in the industry of modeling and in this fashion industry, how important was the environment, and was the environment supportive? When I talk of environment, I talk about your friends and your peer group. How determining was this factor for you?
Well, so it's quite interesting. I'm an introverted extrovert. So I've always very much kept my dreams and goals and visions to myself. And I receive visions and I receive audible messages about, the guidance. And I feel it's very important to use your soul, as I call it, your GPS or your sat navigation. And I know what I'm here to do on this planet. I know why I'm here. I know what my purpose is. And it's important that, you share your vision and your mission with the right people, and those right people will align.
Wow. Okay. So did these right people align in these 20 years of career? Even when you were a teenager, traveling around the world, modeling, did all these align?
So I have been put into some very miraculous spaces. I was able to plant trees with the First Lady of Ghana at her residence, and Miss Earth Ghana, she invited me. Aram, she was incredible lady. She invited me on this project, and we spoke with the First Lady of Ghana and encouraged more trash bins around Accra, which she granted. And then I was also aligned with a lady actually at Global Women's Summit who put me in touch with this opportunity to go and meet with the Dalai Lama. And we went on this kind of humanitarian trip, and it was very transformational. And, you know, I have been fortunate to be able to have opportunities like this. I don't believe that they are an accident, but when you have a purpose and you have a mission, you will be put into the spaces with the right people that you need.
Absolutely. And you know what? I mean, I know your story, and you have been among the 6 people who are able to have a private meeting with Dalai Lama. And Dalai Lama not only is considered one of the leaders, influential people on earth, but he's also a spiritual guide. So it's not just an ordinary meeting, okay? And how did you get to that point?
Well, I mean, I had an entire lifetime of journey beforehand, you know. So starting out as a model, I had 2 skin conditions. You know, a lot of people just kind of see, oh, I climbed the mountain, oh, I met the Dalai Lama, but they don't hear the journey that led up to that. And that has been a very long and arduous road. You know, I had 2 skin conditions. One has covered my entire body with psoriasis. Eczema had been covered on my face. I've been called a leper. I've been called a lizard. And, you know, this is an industry based on perfection.
And did this happen while you were modeling?
Yes. So when I was younger, and I had to overcome a lot of obstacles of people telling me it's not possible to have skin conditions in the modeling industry. But my whole thing is, why do we have to put people into this box of perfection? And I know that it's very oxymoron being a beauty queen, but we'll get to that shortly. But, you know, my kind of mission is to expand that idea of you don't need to have perfect skin. And so back then, the modeling industry was a lot more restrictive, but it has expanded and it has opened up as we can see what's happening in the world. But there's still a long way to go. And, you know, I'm here to do that, to change the meaning of the word influencer and to create an army of hashtag role models, which we'll also talk about. And I'm very excited to share and hopefully have some people joining me.
Absolutely. All right.
And yes, so I went through that whole journey, and then I took the Miss Europe Sash to the summit of Europe's highest mountain to raise money for skin disease research in 100-kilometer-hour winds, minus 40 degrees Celsius, in Russia, in snow, ice picks for the last 3 hours to the summit. I couldn't breathe properly, but we filmed a documentary, won an award, and we raised over £10,000 for skin disease research and the British Skin Foundation. And then from there, I also was able to go to the Philippines and, like I said, plant trees and get really into the environmental awareness. And I just combined all of my passions and decided to become the official Green Queen. And now I have just finished some certifications in gut health and herbalism, because I'm very passionate about helping people to understand their immune systems and how the Western medicine is absolutely fantastic. It has saved a lot of lives, but it might not necessarily be the first port of call. And, you know, having had skin conditions myself and being sent to UV hospitals and getting given steroids and having other health conditions, had I have been taught more about the gut and also about herbs and how herbs and holistic health and this whole journey that I went on of learning about, you know, meditation, etc., then certain things might have been prevented before they got to a certain point. And I'm very passionate about helping people to understand how they can take sovereignty over their own body, so that hopefully we can avoid situations where, you know, they become more serious. And so there's not only that, I've trained in pranic healing. Well, I'm training in pranic healing right now with a teacher. That is a form of energy work with the hands. It's similar to Reiki. And I'm also training in cacao, because that has got a lot of antioxidants in it, and helping people with that. Because for me personally, I had a lot of various things. We spoke about this earlier, Moses, but I went through anxiety. I went through depression. At one point, I wanted to jump off a balcony because, you know, I was very disconnected from myself. I was very disconnected from my heart, my purpose, and I had a lot of pain that I had to overcome. And, you know, I had to heal myself. And I've had to go through this whole journey of healing myself and then training in these different holistic and modalities, NLP, timeline therapy, etc., so that I can now speak as a coach, as a mentor, and as the official Green Queen to help other people who are on their, you know, I call it maybe the hero's journey, you know, that
And
kind of awakening themselves.
Was this your lowest point in life, your turning point, when you, as modeling and in the beauty industry, you have the worst that could happen, that you could not expose your skin and show your beauty, because that's what you are doing in the model industry? Was this health condition the turning point that started and helped you to become who you are?
So it wasn't just the health condition. The health condition is also a symptom. So, you know, environment and stress can bring up and flare up the skin conditions. However, I was in an industry that is, you know, is a very kind of abusive industry. We all know that, you know, modeling isn't necessarily the most, it's very cutthroat, let's say, let's say that. And, you know, I had this kind of realization that we're pushed towards have as many likes and followers and place your value and your worth on these numerical things, and you're kind of programmed, and it's about deprogramming yourself from this illusion of non-reality, so to speak. And I had to tune into the disconnection within myself and understand that it wasn't about the things around me, it wasn't about the people around me or the things, and to understand that even though I'd gotten to some amazing points and levels in my career, why was I not fulfilled? Why was I not satisfied? Why am I depressed? And I mean, okay, there was circumstances outside of my control that made me be very lost for a while, but I overcame it. I had faith and trust in a bigger purpose, and I'm being guided to something bigger than myself. And it was that faith and that knowing that I cannot give up. You know, if I had have allowed myself to give up, I wouldn't be sat here right now. And it's the reason that I have to, you know, be strong. And anyone listening to this, if you're in a dark place, the reason I'm sharing my story is because I think if you share and you're vulnerable, you help other people to come out of their darkness and into their light. And I don't want people to think, oh, model, beauty queen, she must have this perfect life. No, there is struggle in every story. And that is where your power is. That is where your power is. And this is where I'm changing the meaning of the word influencer. There is a ton of suicides happening, teenagers feeling that they are not good enough because they are seeing this reality that is in front of them on Instagram. And, you know, people are posing for things and they're not even actually necessarily living that life. They're just posing in front of a car, or they're just posing with a handbag that's not even theirs. And then people are getting into debt. People are getting into this whole crazy thing. There's the whole filters, and it's causing this circus that's happening right now. And people are not doing content that is coming from their heart, doing their unique gifts, their unique skills, and their unique talents, because they're doing things to get an audiences in other ways. For instance, we have people doing very harmful pranks, you know, that are causing accidents. We have people doing all kinds of silly things to get attention. But that isn't the way that we need to go. And I just kind of had this whole realization and an awakening about this. And I was like, I can't change people individually. But what I can do is I can change myself, and then I can inspire and lead by showing another way. And so I'm working with a platform, a higher consciousness platform, to help make social media a safe space. And I'm also, you know, creating a hashtag role models movement. And that is, anyone that wants to join me, whatever your unique gifts, skills, and talents are, what way can you use those to serve? How can you help people with the God-given gifts, the universe-given gifts, that you were given, and just post what's in your heart. And then from that, we're going to create a positive ripple effect around the world. And it's not about anymore how many followers you have or that. It is about everybody is a hashtag role model. Everybody is a hashtag role model. I have a title, but that title, I had to kind of get the title. I had to get to do all these things to be able to get into this space so I can share that these things don't matter. What matters is your story and the way that you can inspire other people and use that story to create a positive ripple effect in your community with the people around you. And, I'm very, very, very passionate about this. So my personal passion is the environment, but yours doesn't have to be the environment. Just use what you were given and serve other people, and the right audience will align.
Wow. What you said is so powerful, and at the same time, it's so simple and understandable, because sometimes we try to make things complex, okay? And normally complexity is the enemy of execution. But the way you just said this is really, 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 thank you so much, because it was so powerful. Now, we have so many young people who follow us, okay? And exactly as you said it, right now we are all detached, okay? And we are all immersed in this thing of doing instead of being, okay? I like to call it like that. So one thing is that a lot of people, as you said, that most people are no longer creating just because they want creating to help and impact. They're just doing to impress. Okay, and
I mean, I've been there. I was a product of this society that we live in, and I had to kind of go through all that to understand. Hold on, there's got to be a better way.
Absolutely. And what could be a quick way of adjusting? I know it was a journey, and it was a journey, and now your mission is to help others to shorten that time of awakening and realization. You want to help them to shorten and not to go through what you went. But if you would like to give a quick tip on how it's possible to kind of switch off and connect to your heart, what would this tip be? Because right now, a lot of teenagers and a lot of people are infected by this virus of, I need to impress others. I need to impress people that I don't like with things that I don't like to do.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And I'd like to share a little story, if that's okay. So I had a young girl approach me on Instagram. She was about 16 years old. And she sent me a message and she said, "Oh, how can I get a following? How can I build up, a big following?" And I just said, "Well, what are you posting?" And she said, "Well, I'm just posting things that I think my friends will like." And then I said, "Well, what do you like to do? What do you like to do?" And she said, "I love to sing. I love to play guitar." And I said, "Well, why aren't you posting these things?" And she said, "Because I don't think people are gonna I'm not going to get the number that I need for that." And I said, "Well, start posting. If I could learn from my own mistakes, this is me talking from my, going through the whole experience and now talking to as if this was my younger self, I would say, post what you love, tune into your unique gifts, the things that you do, and you do them because you love them. Post that, because the right people will align. The right people will come, and then you will have the people that, really do love and enjoy and just forget about the number. Forget about the number, because where we are going, there's not going to be numbers. There's not going to be, I'm very passionate about changing this. We are all equal. There's no hierarchy in this. And, just because I had a title that, you and I and everyone is no different. We have powerful stories within us, powerful stories within us. And just by I'm really passionate about, encouraging, especially youth, and working with youth to tune in to their gifts and their talents and to just share those. And the way, I can, some tips and tools, meditation is a very, that's a way that we can connect with ourselves. Meditation is something that just gives you that, like you said, being. So you can tune in to what it is and connect with your heart. And meditation is a tool that, had I have known this many years ago, I might not have had such severe flare-ups of eczema and psoriasis, because that is also a stress response.
Absolutely. I mean, your body was trying to send you signals, and thank God you got them and you worked on it, because there's some people who never get the signals until the body says, enough, I'm out.
Yeah.
And normally nobody has ever figured out how to get out of.
It's like, Luissa, wake up.
Yeah. Nobody has ever figured out how to get out of this life alive. Okay. So you'd rather make sure you live it at your fullest right now when you're still here, because later on, whatever thing you have collected, the followers, the money, you're not gonna go and use it somewhere else. You're just gonna need and use it here on earth. Okay. So thank you so much, Luissa, for that. And Luissa, when you were growing up, I know that because you told me, you had the dream of being a musician and a singer, correct?
I didn't know you were going to bring that one up. Yes.
All right. So that was your dream, all right?
Well, I played piano, I played violin.
Wow.
Now I'm going to have to maybe start taking my own advice and start playing piano and posting that. But I do love singing. I was always very musical. All
right. And so if that was your dream when you were the small.
I wanted to be a singer, but that's not really where life led me, but
Absolutely. I mean, life leads you for the journey that you need to do. Nothing is by coincidence, and it's not a coincidence that you are here with us, and it's not a coincidence that you have just joined right now live this interview. If you have just joined it right now, I'm glad that you're here. I'm inviting you to stay with us and follow and click on the button and share it, because today we have an amazing guest, Miss Europe 2018, and she's right now here. Sorry?
The official Green Queen.
Yeah.
And now quite all over. I've got a new one now.
Now the official Green Queen. And can you tell us, what does this mean? What is the official Green Queen? Could you tell us more about this? Because that's the title you gave yourself, and nobody can take that away from you.
No one can take that away from me. That is my lifelong title that I have given myself. It could be called my personal brand, but for me, this embodies my journey and it embodies my passions at the same time. So the Queen bit obviously comes from the fact that I went through the whole pageant industry, went to all these competitions around the world, in Nigeria, in Philippines, and Albania. And then the green bit, well, that's obvious. The green, my studying with the environment and working on environmental activism and causes, and the official, well, I'm the official Green Queen. So now it's just about amalgamating all of these things that I'm passionate about, and how can I use these to serve humanity in a big way? Because everyone talks about the stereotype of beauty queens and world peace, but I had to go on this journey of self-peace. Hashtag self-peace is something that I've coined myself. It's not something I'd heard before, but it came to me one day because I was sitting there and I thought, when I was in these different places and in the modeling industry and the beauty industry, I had this dis-ease within myself, and which was coming out in the depression and the disconnection. And I had to really look within and find the tools, find the ways and the right people who can help me. And I went and I've done 10 days of silence and Vipassana in Myanmar. I've sit and drink with cacao, and also done a lot of meditation and really having to get in tune with my body to heal myself. And that's kind of, I call it the path of self-peace. And I like it because of the stereotypical thing of the beauty queen, world peace. But if you can find self-peace within yourself, this reflects in your outer reality as a more peaceful world. So my mission is to help inspire others to take the path of self-peace. And by doing that, if we all individually take responsibility for not only the planet, but because we can't do this alone, it's a macro effort. But if we can take individual responsibility for our own self-peace, then why can't we have world peace? Because that is why we're at war, because we are at war with ourselves.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. I mean, I totally believe that our outer world is a direct proportional reflection of our inner world. So if you've got peace inside, okay, automatically outside is going to be peace. And when you talk about the green queen, okay, why did you choose green? Do you mean that a healthy approach with yourself? Okay, I mean, why did you choose green?
Well, it's both. So it's, first of all, I'm an environmental activist at heart. We'll talk about my big vision shortly, but yes, so that, you know, being green is the new sexy. Having been in the modeling industry, green is the new sexy. We need to make being green the new sexy, and everyone, you know, we can all join together to help the planet, because we all live here. This is our home. But also green is, not only did I wear a mint green dress at Miss Earth, which is one of the biggest environmental pageants on the planet. Well, I think it's the only environmental pageant. I wore mint green, and I had to wear the mint green because that was very, very special to me because of the skin conditions. I wanted to learn about, like I said, the herbalism, the gut health, and it's the environmental side, but also the holistic health side, and how we can take care of the planet, but also take care of ourselves. And so it's about learning what we can do in a green way for ourselves too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's really amazing. And going back to your dreams, when you were younger and you were a kid, you were dreaming to be a musician. Now that you are in your maturity, you know who you are in peace with yourself, and you are in total harmony with others and with the nature. Okay, so you are vibrating on a different type of frequency. You're on the highest level of vibration. What are your new dreams?
Well, I have a very, very big vision, which I know that you were very excited about when I shared it. And I'm working with a charity called Boost the World, and our mission is to change and transform 1,111 villages with youth empowerment coaching and eco-villages. And the eco-villages are going to contain something called permaculture. And we want to start this in Africa. It's actually based in South Africa. The founder, I met her when we went on the Dalai Lama trip. We connected. I shared my passion for the preservation of nature. She shared her passion, because she's also a coach, of empowering youth and changing the education system to a more empowerment nature. And we both also had a vision of it being in Africa. So it has begun in South Africa. We have the eco model villages, and I have this ultimate vision, which maybe you, as someone who has done a concert, can help me with. And right, we have had a major concert in history, right, with Live Aid. Why can we not do this again for the planet? And we can all come together as hashtag role models, every one of us individually, and take responsibility for our planet and have a fundraising concert that can boost the world, so that we can all, you know, take part in this. And not only, you know, not just be celebrities. Yes, we'll have celebrities, but have some people of different, like kind of like a bit of a talent show of different. So it's not that hierarchical thing, but it's, you know, we've all got this stage, and we can just do something amazing with it. And in the process, transform these villages. And the permaculture, I'd just like to explain for anyone that's watching and they don't know what permaculture is, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Yes. So permaculture is an incredible technique. I actually went out to Desert Bloom Farm over in California, and it is a technique that can turn desert arid land into thriving, abundant nature, regardless of the external circumstances. So this is particularly good in Africa, where there is a lot of droughts. Because if there's droughts, then, you know, it makes it very difficult for food. But it's a way that I'm not a permaculture expert, but I have a team of permaculture experts behind me who, if you have a technical question, you can ask them. And this is a way that we can do this and transform the land. And it is also, it's organic, it is healthy, and it is good for not only our bodies, but is good for the environment. And I can see this, and I just know I'm going to be connected with the right people who are going to be able to help me. I know it's a big, lofty goal, but if I don't speak it and I don't speak life into it, then it's never going to happen.
Totally agree with you. And for that mega project of the concert where we can do a mega fundraising, listen, let me tell you one thing.
And maybe I can sing there, and you can too.
So you can bring your two dreams together.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I believe that listen, they have never raised a statue to a critic. Okay, so I'm always the one who is a supporter. I'm a fan for crazy big dreams. The dream, if the dream is big enough that scares you, I am in it. And trust me, it's not by coincidence that we are right now here. It's not by coincidence we're doing this interview right now, and it's going on all our channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Sooner or later, it's going to reach, and trust me, it's just a matter of when we are going to do it, because this is going to happen. And now with technology, it's easy to do it, and it's possible. We can talk about this privately another moment. Now,
and, you know, if you can dream it, this is one quote that always stuck with me. Well, first of all, I have to just give a shout out to my mum, because she has always believed in me. She is always, you know, I have always said these crazy big visions, and she has never put me down for it. She is always, you know, it as a child or now, you know, I could say, oh, I'm going to transform these 1,100 villages, and you could have someone saying, well, how are you going to do that? That's not possible. Well, you know, I have this dream, and I want to share it with, you know, the change makers, the doers, and the yes people. Because if not me, then who is going to do this? We can come together. I can't do it on my own, but we have unique gifts and skills and talents that combined, we can shift this planet into a higher vibration. And I am serious that I believe that we can do this. And if you have belief, the only way you can change something is to first believe that you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for all our people who are watching us, if you have any question to ask right now to Luissa, just drop it down in the comments and we will pop it up, okay? We have people saying hello from Stara Zagora, I'm watching live. And then we've got also Desislava saying hello from Varna, I'm live. And then we've got also Lily saying absolutely interesting, wonderful. She's sending hugs and hearts. So drop down your comment and ask any type of question you want to Luissa. And just to, as we are wrapping up and closing, I believe that dreaming big is essential. Okay, because you know what? As a coach, I've realized that most people aim too low and get it and hit it. Okay,
sometimes that's the scariest thing. You don't want to hit your goals. You want to aim so big that if you miss them, it doesn't matter, because you still made a huge leap.
Yeah, and you made it even better and bigger than what you even started from. So I'm encouraging you, Luissa, just go for it. Lay it down, start working on it, start putting it on paper, and with the people that you trust and have similar vision, start sharing it, because until you start sharing and asking for help, it won't happen. So we believe in you, just go ahead. And how can people follow you or know what you are doing as we wait for questions?
Well, I'd just like to share another thing first, and that is, a lot of people stop themselves because of the fear of failure. Now, I have failed at many different things many times. People just say to me, "Oh, you're so lucky you got here." I'm like, "No, it wasn't luck. It was not luck. I have had no, and I could keep going. No, thrown at me. I've had that's not possible. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I just had to never give up. And that is one thing I really, 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 really want to stress to anyone watching this if they have a dream. Never, ever give up on what you want to achieve. Because, that is the only reason I have gotten here. Okay, yes, I've been put into right places and supported, but had I have not had that drive in me in the first place, then I don't think I would be having this conversation with you. And also let go of the fear of what other people are going to think.
Absolutely.
That is another very important thing, because the fear of what people think is what holds a lot of people back from becoming their best self. And if you're worried that, oh, your friends are going to think that you're silly, or that dream's too big, it doesn't matter. You have to let go of that fear. And those are my two kind of top tips.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And we've got a question right now from one of your biggest fans, Totka, and she's saying, is it hard to carry a big calling? Can you share one thing which keeps you going and moving forward?
Okay. It's not hard. Yes and no. I'm going to say yes and no. So as I am shown the next step, had I have known what my calling was when I first set out on this path, when I was much, much younger, then, I would have been frightened at the size of my purpose. But I also feel that the bigger the pain, the bigger the purpose. But I have just been shown the next steps. I have done what I did, and then I've shown the next step of where I needed to go, and it's kind of been revealed to me, a bit like a treasure hunt. And the one thing that did keep me going, like I mentioned before, when things got very, very difficult for me, and I wanted to give up, and like I said, I didn't want to be here. And I can say that with complete peace in my heart, because I know that my faith was bigger than my fear. And it's that faith that, I have been down on my knees at times saying, what are you trying to show me? Why am I here? What is happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And I have gone round and round and round in circles and felt the pain until I understood that, there is a plan. Things don't just happen. There's a reason I have to go through everything that I went through, because if you erase the lessons and you erase all of those things that I had to go through, then you erase the wisdom of the present. And it is through all of that, and then keeping the faith and then not giving up, that has allowed me to now see the bigger calling.
Yeah, so she's recapping it, saying that faith bigger than fear. Yeah, and then you are totally in a flow.
Right.
Absolutely. And is there a reason why this big dream that you want to realize of these eco villages is 1111? 4 times 1? Is there any specific reason?
Myself and Roseanne, I'm born on the 11th of April.
Okay.
And she also, in her birth, I'm very much into numerology. And she also in her birth chart has like an 11. And then, you know, me and her on this project together is 1111. And I also seen, you know, the first thing that I ever saw when I started waking up was this 1111 code. And I actually had someone say to me who, when I told them this about 3 years ago, they said, oh no, that's silly. But then they messaged me yesterday and they said, I've started seeing 1111. What does this mean? What does this mean? And I said, well, I can't tell you what it means. It's personal to you and it's personal to your mission and what you're here to do. But it's just see it as a wake-up call, like a little, hi, time to pick up the phone now, start following your guidance, start following your intuition, and just see where it leads you.
Wow, powerful, powerful. So there's a meaning behind that. It's not just a coincidence.
No.
All right. And most of the times it's always finding the meaning, because once you have and you're attached to something, a strong meaning, you will keep on pursuing it because it's your own personal meaning and the picture you have designed to that. And this will keep on helping you to move on, even when those hard times will surface, and truly they will always come. Okay.
I believe we're sent little signs, little clues to follow the path. And yeah,
amazing. Now, how can people follow you, reach to you? Have you got any link to share with them, a website or anything that where is the best way to get in touch with you?
Sure. So they can go on my website at www.luissaburton.com or www.theofficialgreenqueen.com. And they can also follow me on Instagram at Luissa Burton, or they can follow, I have a Facebook business page that I've recently started that they can go and like also.
All right. So is it Luissa Burton, just to follow you on Instagram, correct?
Yes. And also I have just started a new account. So I have created a #.rolemodels account. It's completely brand new, but I just thought, why not start an account? And if anyone wants to film some content of them doing some, you know, and it doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is, what it is you love to do, just do something that you love that is either helping or serving in some way. I've actually got a lady in Kenya who has a hospital, and she has a vision of 888 hospitals. We've all got these codes, haven't we? and in Africa, and she built a hospital at the age of 24 years old, and she is helping to create a video for me of the kids at the hospital in Kenya doing a #role models fashion show using eco-friendly clothing. And this is something that I'm going to be able to then post. And it's in the very beginning stages right now, but I want to just build up this page of people doing inspiring things for the planet, and share that and give people a platform for that.
Wow, that's amazing. So whoever wants to join in, you can go. What is it? Hashtag? Let me write it down so people can.
#.rolemodels. It's got no followers right now, but I literally just created it the other day. Oh, someone just followed. I've just seen whoever's watching. Thank you.
#.rolemodels.
Yes.
Okay. Let's put it out.
I'm sorry. It's like this. There.
Oh, really? Hashtag, completely written hashtag. Okay.
#.rolemodels.
All right.
As you can see, it's got 3 whole followers, but it's not about the number. I want to just help anyone that wants to get a platform, join my team. We're all #rolemodels together, and let's create a movement.
#.rolemodels. There you go. Yeah. So for those of you who want to join in and share, there is it, #.rolemodels. Okay. So this is for you to give yourself voicing, and you can support and then share your experience, and never know what may happen and what connections can be done. Now, as I was watching also your website, there's a certain point that you are talking of we can end desertification. We can. So you believe so much in the power of we. Okay. As a final point, could you address what type of resources, what type of support may you need? And as you said, I like what you said. You say that I'm not alone in this. I cannot make it alone, but by uniting all our forces and all our talents and abilities, we can make it. So you believe so much in the power of we. So energetically and probably also in resources and support and connections, how can people help and support your mission?
Well, this is a global effort. Saving planet Earth, David Attenborough is very sad, and I'd love to be able to meet him one day and just say, David, I've got you. You know, we can do this together, and if we all decide to, you know, we all have unique things that skills and talents and contacts that someone else doesn't have. So you have things that are amazing that you're good at. I have, you know, I stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at. And if we need to drop the ego, this is not about me. It's not about, you know, it's about we. And if we all come together, I don't see why we can't do this. So contact me if you have any resources, and please drop me a message. I would love to see how we can make this vision into reality.
Yeah, and first of all, I would like to encourage you to follow her. And while you follow her, you may never know what the universe is preparing and what you could support and help. Because let me say one thing, as I always say, and as always Totka reminds me, is that sometimes mission is bigger than you yourself. So when you realize that it's not about me, you don't get back into your small mind, okay, and you look at your small garden, but you say, well, it's not about me. This mission is bigger than me. It's wider than me. It's larger than me. And it will happen with or without me. So I want to be part of it. Okay. This is a universal call. You can be part of this, okay, with your own uniqueness.
Yeah. And I'd love at this concert that hasn't happened yet, but I'd love to, you know, not only have celebrities there singing and doing their talents and their skills, but showcasing the best of people from around the world and showcasing our individual things. You could be a DJ, you could be a chef. I don't know. We can work on it, but it's to give a platform and to let us all come together.
Perfect. All right. So final points right now. I would like to, first of all, thank you so much, Luissa, to have joined us. And truly, you are an amazing soul, and truly, you are the Green Queen. Okay. So we really appreciate you, and we thank you to have joined us right now. And I believe that this is just the beginning, because we will give more voice, more space, more possibilities to spread this as much as we can. And as we spread this, we create awareness. When we create awareness, we create change. Because most people out there, they may be saying, hey, how can I become a role model? How can I help? How can I impact? How can I live a life of legacy with us? How can I live a life that can leave
exactly it. Legacy? Everyone has a legacy. Everybody has a legacy. You know, you don't have to be a famous person to leave a legacy on this planet. You have it in you. You know, I'm just from Worcester, you know, where they make the sauce. That was a very small town. You know, there's nothing that you cannot achieve. And I really want to hammer that home. Nothing that you can't achieve if you put your mind to it and you dream big enough.
Absolutely. Thank you. This was the last tip that you gave us, and you're leaving us with the cherry on the cake. Luissa, we really thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your audience with me.
Yeah, and thank you so much to have joined us and to have been with us. And it's always a privilege to have a celebrity in your industry like you, but more important, to have an amazing human being, because as you say, you titles will always vanish and end up. Yeah. But your personality, your heart, the way you connect with people, and the way you want to impact people, this is a total different game. And as we are wrapping up, I just want to remind you something, Luissa, and I want to thank you, because you are the good side of humanity, and you're still believing in humanity. And let me tell you one thing, life supports life. So you want to support life, and life will support you. And whoever wants to join in this, let's first of all unite together on a level of consciousness, on a level of awareness, on a level of love, and let's connect, vibrate on the same frequency. And for sure, life will support us, life will support you, and the mission, it will happen.
And if anyone would like help on if they want to start the path to self-peace and they need some advice, I work as a coach, I work as a mentor in many different healing modalities, with the cacao, with the pranic healing, and also with the hypnotherapy, timeline therapy. And, it's not necessarily just me sharing my message. I want to help people one-on-one as well. So if there's anyone there that felt resonated with my story and they feel that I could help them in any way, then please get in touch with me.
Absolutely. We will encourage it, we will spread it, and we will support you into this. And thank you so much, Luissa, to have joined us. This was another episode of Monday E2E, and it was our privilege to have all of you and be in your houses and support you and bring you an expert in how to be a role model instead of being a simple influencer. Role model is more impactful, and you have the right to leave a legacy.
Everyone's an influencer.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Luissa. It's not the last time we are doing this. It's just the beginning of an amazing journey together. We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you. Would you like to say bye to our audience?
Yes, thank you, everybody that's watching. I'd love to see you on my #RoleModels page and see how we can all get involved collectively together.
All right. Thank you so much. And for all of you, see you on the next episode of E2E. It was my privilege to serve you. Just to remind you, my name is Moses, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to make sure you live that outstanding life that you were created and that you truly deserve. Thank you so much to have watched us. Thank you, Luissa, to have been with us, and see you on the next episode. Have a good, amazing evening. Stay strong, stay safe. Love you so much. Have a blessed evening. Ciao.
You too. Bye-bye.